So I don't know how many of you are following this, but apparently Russell Brand's grape trial in the UK is happening this month. It's happening this month. And there was that big expose, I'm sure most of you saw that, a big expose that really went into detail where they seemingly have him caught red-handed. I mean, there are basically like texts of him apologizing for graping a woman, right? And that's just one example. I think there's like multiple cases of... Anyway, this guy has had a very horrible, weird trajectory, right? He started out as this like punk, edgy guy, this kind of troll guy, MTV type guy. And he had openly admits, oh yeah, I was living a hedonistic lifestyle. I was kind of crazy. I was a drug addict. I was a sex addict, yada, yada, yada. Then he became a movie star. By the way, there's video of him on a private plane with Diddy, and they're talking about sex. Not a good look. Not a good look in this moment, I would say. But then he started doing left-wing political commentary, right? And, you know, he mixes in a healthy dose of, like, hippiness and woo-woo stuff and spiritual nonsense, gobbledygook. So he had that going on, but he was pretty clearly left-wing for a while. Then he is the classic example of what unfortunately is a real thing in many instances, which is the Bernie bro to Trump supporting fascist pipeline. Now, I want to be fair, as, you know, the chief Bernie bro myself. Most of us Bernie bros, we went from being a Bernie bro to still being a Bernie bro. We went from being left-wing to being even further left-wing, right? Like, if some of them did the fascist pipeline thing, but most of us did not. So I don't like it when people use that as a smear against the Bernie bros, as if like it's a law of nature that all of them become right-wing. That's not true. It's actually a very, very tiny percentage of them, and a smaller percentage than even, there's like a centrist to fascist pipeline, which is even more people, okay? But he was a great example of, no, he was being a left-winger, or cosplaying as a left-winger, and then eventually now he rides Trump's nuts on a daily basis. So now, look, he's hit rock bottom. As you all know, he's been out there doing his whole, like, I'm a Christian now. Jesus, the Lord has saved me, and I'm going to go hang out at Mar-a-Lago with a bunch of sex pests and war criminals and corrupt goons. And so, you get the sense, like, there is no core to this man. There is no core. There are no actual beliefs. There are no actual values. He doesn't give a fuck about morality. He doesn't even care about the politics he talks about. Usually, he finds a way to take 7 minutes to say something that I could say in 20 seconds, and you can't even find the meat in there because it's all flowery nonsense. Well, here he is talking about Kanye West and his new Nazi anthem, and he has some thoughts for us. Let's watch. So first, he plays the video for a while. I'll jump ahead to where...
He's working with a lot of ideas there. He's working with a lot of ideas when you say N-word, Heil Hitler. Now, firstly, Kanye West is a product of the culture, commenting on the culture. Why is the phrase Heil Hitler offensive? Because it's seen as a vow and act of reverence to a leader that executed millions of people and waged war throughout Europe that led to so much destruction and disaster.
I love that he felt the need to be like, why is Heil Hitler offensive? Let me walk you through that. Like, Russell, we know. Like, we get it.
He is a unique figure because he's uncancelable, because he reached such a zenith in the culture that he couldn't be kind of killed. I think people would like it if he died, because he...
What? No, people would like it if he's institutionalized and he's forced to take Seroquel, so he could come back down to earth, start making normal music again, and stop scaring everybody, threatening everybody, and maybe he'll be able to see his kids if he's medicated. Nobody said, oh, he should die. Nobody said that. We all want him to get treatment. Jesus Christ. And by the way, it's not true. Oh, he hit such a zenith that he can't be canceled. He can't. What the fuck are you talking about? He's lost like, what, 80% of his fans at least? He's been canceled in the sense that people are just like, all right, I'm done with this guy. Like, why would I fuck? The name of his album, Russell, is Cuck. He just tweeted the other day about how he sucked his cousin's dick until he was 14 years old. He is clearly unhinged beyond imagination. He's in a manic state. He's bipolar. He's potentially schizophrenic. He did an interview with academics, and he was first of all, he walked in wearing a Sean John shirt and expressed solidarity with P. Diddy, even though in the past he called him a Fed. And then he also dressed up in a KKK outfit that was black instead of white. I'm sure it was some highfalutin social commentary. No, he's a fucking psychopath. He's unhinged. He's bipolar. Like, duh. He's uncancelable. He's been pretty fucking canceled by himself, bro.
He's a problem. He's an anomalous, intense problem. I'm not suggesting he's a perfect person, but artists aren't.
Oh, you're not? I'm not suggesting he's a perfect person. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your insight, Russell. What the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, we all thought you were saying, man, this guy's nailing everything. Wait, this gets worse.
I'm not suggesting he's a perfect person, but artists aren't. Be honest, how many of you...
Oh, no. We're not doing that. We are not doing that, bro. And look, the art is art thing, to be fair, that's an argument I've made in other contexts, right? Like, I understand if you like Chris Brown and Chris Brown is a terrible person and a criminal, but you're like, hey, I like the music, so I listen to it. I don't support the crimes, but the shit is catchy, so I'm going to... I get that. People still listen to R. Kelly. They still listen to Michael Jackson. Like, I understand all of that. And I agree with generally separating the art from the artist. However, you can't say, well, this is just art. This is just art. When Kanye West was on Alex Jones' show like 2 years ago, and he came out and openly said, I love Hitler. And Alex was trying to save him, and he was like, oh, what you mean by that is you actually think the uniforms look really cool, right? Those Hugo Boss uniforms, you're just saying that the aesthetics of them are cool? He's like, no, I love Hitler. I love Hitler. This isn't art. This is an actual expression of what he believes in. So he's both deeply mentally ill and also a Nazi. That's not to say that everybody who's mentally ill becomes a Nazi. Of course not. It's actually unfair to other mentally ill people to just link that with Nazism. But in Ye's case, he is both extremely mentally ill and he's also a Nazi. He's both of those things. And so you can't, oh, this is just art. Like, the implication there is when he says Hail Hitler, when he says he's a Nazi, like, you don't actually believe him. This is just art. Like, no. This is actually a true expression of what he feels and what he believes. This is his ideology. He owns that shit, and that's why he's lost probably over 80% of his fans. So you're not going to hit me with that bullshit. Oh, it's just art. We need to give art a pat. No. He could not make it any more fucking clear what he actually believes. And by the way, Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire, he tried the same shit that fucking Russell Brand is pulling here. And if anything, Michael Knowles' commentary was even worse. Because he was like, oh, what he's saying is Nazism is bad, actually. How am I supposed to engage politically with these fucking idiots if they're never honest? They're never honest. They're never direct. They're never straightforward. They never tell the truth. Every single fucking word out of their mouths is a lie, or it's completely and utterly misleading on purpose. On purpose.
Be honest, how many of you have still got N-word Heil Hitler in your head? Because I have. That's a good hook.
It's a good hook. Yeah, it's a good hook. Russell Brand knows where his bread is buttered these days. He knows who his fans are. He knows he's made the full transition. He's gone over to the dark side. He went and visited fucking Mar-a-Lago. He hangs out with like Tucker Carlson and shit and all these other assholes. And he understands I've cultivated an audience of far-right freaks. Some of them probably groypers. Some of them probably Nazis. The ones who aren't Nazis are pretty fucking far-right in their own respect because they love Trump. They love all the fucking mass deportations that are actually kidnappings and human traffickings. He knows who his audience is, and he is pandering to that audience. That's what he's doing. He loves the attention. He loves the views. He loves the money. And so he brings himself, oh, the Nazi anthem. I like it. By the way, this song is fucking trash. Who are we kidding? Are there songs that are questionable in terms of their content that are good? Of course. This song is ass, bro. This song is ass. Jesus Christ, man. What are we doing? What the fuck has happened to the culture in this country? It's a mess. It's a steaming pile of shit. And everybody knows it. Everybody feels it. Everybody sees it. Like, we're at the point now where, like, nobody has any standards, right? Somebody made this point the other day on Twitter, and I thought it was a great point. They're like, don't confuse cancel culture with having standards, right? Like, the implication of somebody being canceled is like, hey, it's kind of unfair. Like, you shouldn't ruin them over something that's mild and not a big deal, right? That's the implication of cancel culture. It would not be cancel culture if everybody be like, I'm fucking done with Kanye. That's just having basic standards, right? Like, we got to be able to see the difference of some fucking college kid maybe saying something they didn't realize was offensive and having their life ruined versus a card-carrying Nazi saying Nazi shit on a daily basis, right? Like, that's not the same thing, right? Jesus Christ. Just retire, bro. All these people are so fucking washed. The Russell Brands, the Jimmy Dores, the Joe Rogans. Like, just go away. Just go away. You're offering nothing. Desperately trying to ride the wave of right-wing extremism. Like, we see through you, bro. We see through you. In fact, just go sit in the courtroom. It's where you belong. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.